조어던 헤이즈 헤드 오레이즈 러브드 워킹 앳 더 옥 캐페이. 이트 워전트 더 모스트 글래머러스 자브. but it paid the bills and allowed him to pursue his passion for painting in his free time. More importantly, the staff and customers felt like a community. Over the past year, Jordan had come to sing of the small coffee shop as home. The manager, Gary, had always been fair and friendly, and Jordan felt supported in a way that many others in the industry didn't. But all that changed one fateful afternoon. It started as any other busy Saturday at the cafe. Jordan had arrived early to help set up, unpacking pastries and brewing the first round of coffee for the day. The cafe was bustling with customers, the hum of conversation mixing with the soft background music. It was the kind of atmosphere Jordan thrived in, warm, welcoming, and always filled with the scent of fresh coffee. But when Gary arrived, there was something different about him. He seemed agitated, distracted. Jordan had noticed Gary's temper growing shorter over the past few months, but today it felt more pronounced. Morning, Gary, Jordan said cheerfully, trying to gauge his boss's mood. Gary nodded curtly, barely making eye contact as he moved to the back office. Jordan didn't think much of it at first, but as the morning wore on, things began to unravel. The cafe had a regular group of customers, some of whom had been coming in for years. Among them was a man named Bill, who often arrived with his son in tow. Bill was a friendly guy, always making small talk with the staff and never causing any trouble. But for reasons Jordan couldn't quite explain, Gary had never liked him. Bill had always been a good tipper and always respectful to the staff, so it was confusing why Gary had a personal issue with him. But today, as the morning rush started to die down, Jordan overheard something that stopped him in his tracks. I don't want that guy anywhere near my cafe, Gary muttered loudly, standing in the back office with the door ajar. Jordan wasn't sure if he was talking to himself or someone else, but the words stung just the same. What are you talking about? A voice asked from the counter. It was Melanie, another employee at the cafe, who had also noticed Gary's change in demeanor. Gary's voice rose slightly, just loud enough for Jordan to hear. Bill, I don't want him sitting here anymore. We're not a place for people like him. Jordan froze. He had heard of people with certain biases and prejudices, but hearing it spoken so plainly by someone he had worked with for months was a shock. Gary's words weren't just about Bill's appearance or his demeanor, they were about his race. Jordan's stomach twisted as he realized Gary's views had become more openly discriminatory. Melanie seemed to hesitate. Gary, I don't think that's fair. Bill's always been a good customer. I don't care. He's not welcome here anymore. Do something about it, or I will, Gary snapped. Jordan stood behind the counter, unsure of what to do. He had worked under Gary for over a year, and up until now, the job had been stable. He had always appreciated the ease with which he could come to work, knowing that his personal life wouldn't be questioned. But now, everything felt tainted. He had been thinking about transitioning for a long time. He had started hormone therapy a few months back, and the changes, though subtle, were beginning to become noticeable. The facial hair was slowly growing in, and his voice had deepened just enough for those close to him to notice. He had already been nervous about how his workplace might react to his decision to fully transition. Would they accept him? Would he be treated differently? Now, as he listened to Gary's words, all of those fears seemed to come rushing to the surface. Would his boss still respect him once the truth came out? Could he keep his job? Or was this just another sign that the place he had worked so hard to fit into was no longer the welcoming environment it once had been? Jordan tried to push his feelings down. He needed the job, and he didn't want to cause trouble. But then Gary started loudly complaining about Bill's presence again. Jordan felt the pressure inside him build. He could no longer stay quiet. I can't work here anymore. Jordan muttered under his breath. Art. Melanie looked up, surprised. Art, do you mean? Jordan turned to her, his face pale. He couldn't just ignore what was happening. This was no longer about personal discomfort. Gary was treating customers, and by extension, employees, with blatant disrespect. I can't work for a place that doesn't respect people for who they are. Not the way Gary is treating Bill. I know, but I don't know if there's anything I can do about it either. Melanie said softly. Gary's the boss. Jordan nodded grimly, but the truth was clear to him. He had no place in a company that upheld these values. As his suits sold, he heard the door chime from the front of the cafe, signaling the arrival of another customer. He couldn't bring himself to face Gary one more time. Can you tell Gary I'm clocking out early? He asked Melanie, his voice shaking slightly. Melanie gave him a sympathetic look but nodded. Jordan grabbed his jacket and slipped out the back door, leaving the cafe behind. He had made up his mind. He wasn't going to stand for the mistreatment of others, nor would he allow himself to be part of a workplace that wouldn't accept him for who he was. His decision was firm. Over the next few days, Jordan struggled with what to do next. His mind kept returning to the incident at the cafe. His heart ached knowing that the man he had once worked for could harbor such prejudice, not just toward customers but perhaps toward him as well. He was no longer sure of the place he had once considered safe. But despite the emotional turmoil, Jordan knew that he had made the right choice. He had taken a stand. Now, he had to move forward with his life. After much contemplation, Jordan decided to reach out to his former colleagues. He had learned that, despite the challenges he faced, he was surrounded by a community of people who believed in fairness and acceptance. Melanie, in particular, had been supportive and Jordan came out to her about his plans to transition. While she was cautious, unsure of how things would play out, she had expressed her unwavering support. It wasn't long before Jordan found a new opportunity. One evening, as he checked his email, an unexpected message caught his eye. Jordan, I heard about the situation at the Oak Cafe. We've been looking for a new manager for our restaurant, and wishing you'd be a great fit. We admire your values and your dedication. If you're interested, we'd love to set up an interview. The email was from a well-known restaurant in the city, a place that had long been celebrated for its inclusive atmosphere and commitment to diversity. It felt like a dream come true. This place valued the same principles that Jordan held dear. It was time for him to take the next step in his career. The interview went well. Jordan was welcomed with open arms, and the owners, a pair of passionate individuals who believed in equality, made it clear that they were excited to bring him on board. A few weeks later, Jordan found himself in the very position he had once feared. He was now in charge. He was the new manager of the restaurant, a place where respect, diversity, and inclusion were at the core of the company's mission. The day he walked into the restaurant, ready to begin his new role, he received a call from his former colleague Melanie. Jordan, she said hesitantly. I just wanted to tell. Gary's gone. He's no longer working at the cafe. I heard from a few of the others that the company decided to part ways with him after everything that happened. Jordan's heart swelled with a strange sense of relief. While he knew that the path ahead would be challenging, he also knew that standing up for himself and for others had made all the difference. A few weeks later, Jordan returned to the Oak Cafe not as an employee but as a customer. It felt surreal to walk through the door again, but this time, he had no fear. His heart was calm. He had found his place, a place where he could be accepted for who he was. And as he sat down to enjoy a coffee, he couldn't help but smile. Things had come full circle. The transition to his new job at the restaurant was nothing short of transformative for Jordan. His first few days were a whirlwind of running the ropes, meeting the team, and getting to know the ins and outs of a place that felt worlds away from the small, discriminatory cafe he had left behind. But there was one major difference this time: the acceptance. Jordan had stepped into a work environment where inclusivity wasn't just a policy, it was the foundation. The owners of the restaurant, Kaoru and Maria, had started their business with the goal of creating a space where everyone, regardless of their background, gender, or identity, was treated with respect and kindness. Their dedication to this mission was evident in everything from the decor to the hiring process. Kaoru and Maria didn't just talk about diversity, they lived it. The staff reflected this. A mix of people from various walks of life, all working together to create an atmosphere that felt like home. As Jordan settled into his new role, he couldn't help but marvel at how different it was from his previous job. Here, he was encouraged to speak up, to offer ideas, and to take initiative. No one judged him for his appearance or questioned his identity. Instead, they embraced him for who he was: a manager, a colleague, and, most importantly, a person who cared about the success of the business and the well-being of each staff. But even as he enjoyed this new chapter in his life, the scars from his previous job lingered. He still thought about Gary, the old manager who had made it impossible for him to stay. The man who had treated people based on their race and who had harbored a deep prejudice that had eventually cost him his job. Jordan couldn't deny that it bothered him, not just for himself, but for everyone who had worked under Gary's rule. Yet, in AE, that old chapter was necessary for Jordan's growth. He had been forced to leave behind a toxic environment, but in doing so, he had discovered something greater. He had rediscovered his self-worth and his courage to fight for what was right, no matter the personal cost. A few weeks into his new role, Jordan was sitting in the office, reviewing inventory reports and the phone rang. It was Melanie, his old colleague from the Oak Cafe. "Hey, Jordan," she said, her voice a little tentative. "I just wanted to let you know that I left the Oak Cafe. After everything that happened with Gary, I couldn't keep working there. The atmosphere just wasn't the same anymore, and it felt like everything was falling apart." Jordan paused, surprised by the news. He had heard through the grapevine that Gary had been let go, but Melanie leaving was a shock. She had always been the more easygoing, calm presence at the cafe, someone who had never seemed to let anything ruffle her feathers. "I'm really sorry to hear that," Jordan said, genuinely concerned. "But I get it. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Gary's behavior was just unacceptable." Melanie sighed. "I tried to keep quiet at first, but after the way he treated Bill, and then how he started acting around when you came out, it just wasn't a place I could stay. I don't think I'll ever forget the way he talked about you behind your back." Jordan could feel the anger bubbling up again. The betrayal, the racism, the judgment. It wasn't just about Garage was. It was about the toxic environment that had allowed those was to flourish unchecked. I'm glad you left too, Melanie. No one should work in an environment where they don't feel safe or valued. Melanie was silent for a moment. I wish I had known how much it affected you, Jordan. I should have stood up more. I should have said something and Gary crossed the line with you. I was just too scared of losing my job. Jordan smiled softly, grateful for Melanie's honesty. You're not alone in that. I was scared too. But standing up for what's right has to be more important than fear. There was a long pause before Melanie spoke again. I'm glad you're in a better place now. You deserve it. Jordan leaned back in his chair, thinking about everything he had been through. It hadn't been easy, but every challenge had made him stronger. And the support of people like Melanie meant more than words could express. I am in a better place, Jordan said with a smile in his voice. And it feels like it's only going to get better. I'm finally in a place where I can be myself without fear. I've got a good team. A team that values me, and that's everything. I'm so proud of you, Jordan, Melanie said warmly. You've come so far. You really are an inspiration. Jordan chuckled softly, his heart swelling with gratitude. Thanks, Melanie. That means more than you know. As the call ended, Jordan sat in the silence of the office, reflecting on how much he had changed. When he first left the Oak Cafe, he had feared that he would never find another job that would embrace him. But here he was, the manager of a successful restaurant where he was not only accepted but celebrated for who he was. The next few months at the restaurant were filled with growth, both personally and professionally. Jordan found himself taking on more responsibilities, developing leadership skills he hadn't even realized he had, and mentoring the staff. He developed a reputation for being fair, compassionate, and, above all, authentic. He made sure that everyone on his team felt safe and heard, whether they were working the front lines or behind the scenes. He ensured that the policies of inclusivity that had connected him to the restaurant were not just words on paper but values that everyone lived by. Word of Jordan's success spread, and it wasn't long before the owner of the Oak Cafe reached out to him. The restaurant, now under new management, was in a precarious position. After Gary's dismissal, it had struggled to regain its reputation. The employees were demoralized, and the customer base had diminished. The owner, desperate to turn things around, knew Jordan was the one who could help. When the call came, Jordan was caught off guard. The same cafe that had treated him so poorly, the same place that had made him feel less than, was now asking for his help. The irony wasn't lost on him. The owner had even mentioned that the cafe had been struggling to keep the business afloat after the scandals and complaints about Gary's behavior. Jordan thought long and hard about the offer. The old wounds were still fresh, but he realized that this was a chance to make a real difference, to create a work environment where everyone was treated with respect, where discrimination had no place. The cafe was on the brink, but with his leadership, it could be transformed into a place that championed diversity, inclusion, and respect. A few days later, Jordan walked through the doors of the Oak Cafe not as an employee, but as the new manager. His heart swelled with a sense of pride as he saw the staff. He knew this would be a difficult journey, but he was ready for the challenge. The cafe had asked for his expertise, but what they didn't realize was that they were about to get more than just a new manager. They were about to get someone who would fight for fairness, who who would ensure that no one would ever feel like an outsider again. The change was palpable, and with each passing day, the cafe became a better place. Employees felt safe, customers returned, and word spread about the transformation. 조어던's vision for the oak cafe was becoming a reality. As Jordan stood in the cafe, overseeing the bustling environment he had helped create, he couldn't help but smile. The very place that had once turned him away had now become his, and with it, the power to make real, lasting change. As the weeks passed, Jordan found himself settling into his new role as manager of the Oak Cafe. The transition was not without its challenges, but it became clear to him every day that he had made the right decision in returning. The work environment, though it had been tainted by the past management, was starting to transform. Employees who had once felt marginalized or honored were now coming forward, sharing ideas, and participating in decision-making in ways they hadn't before. The cafe was slowly beginning to thrive once more. And with it, Jordan's confidence grew. He had set clear expectations from the start. Inclusivity, respect, and kindness were non-negotiable. He made sure that everyone who worked under him knew what was expected, not just in terms of performance, but also in behavior. There was zero tolerance for discrimination of any kind, and Jordan was determined to ensure that the mistakes of the past didn't haunt the cafe any longer. One afternoon, Jordan found himself standing in front of the cafe's large, bustling dining area. The cafe had filled up quickly that day. The chatter of customers blending with the clinking of coffee cups and the hum of the espresso machine. Jordan was walking from table to table, greeting regulars and newcomers alike, when he was stopped by a voice he hadn't heard in months. Look who we have here, came the smooth, almost mocking voice. Jordan froze. He knew that voice all too well. He turned around to see Gary standing near the front door, a smirk plastered on his face. Jordan's heart sank, but he refused to show any signs of weakness. He knew what Gary had done to him, and he wasn't about to let him back into his life, or this cafe. What are you doing here? Jordan asked coolly, his voice steady, but with a trace of ice. Gary chuckled, his hands stuffed in his pockets. Just thought I stop by, see how you're running things. Looks like you've managed to turn this place into a what's the word? A joke, right? Jordan took a deep breath. He could feel the tension rising inside him, but he wasn't going to let Gary get to him again. He had worked too hard for this moment, too hard to let the past haunt him. I think it's better than it's ever been, Jordan replied, his tone unwavering. This cafe has a bright future ahead of it. I've got a good team now, and we're working together to build something that matters. Gary's face twisted with disdain. Oh, please. You're just some charity case. They hired you because they felt sorry for you. You think you can just waltz in here and take control? You think people will actually respect you? You're nothing but a joke to me. Jordan's pulse quickened, but he stood tall. He couldn't let Gary's words chip away at him. If you're here to ping a fight, Gary, I suggest you leave. This isn't your place anymore. Gary's eyes narrowed, his jaw clenched. For a moment, Jordan thought he might make a scene, but he didn't. Instead, Gary took a few steps back, still sneering. Fine, Gary spat, his voice dripping with contempt. But mark my words, Jordan, this place is doomed. You won't last here forever. Jordan didn't flinch. That's where you're wrong, Gary. You're just getting started. With that, 게리 턴드 앤드 옥트 아웃 오브 더 캐페이. 히즈 포트 스테프스 에커잉 에즈 히 레프트. 조어던 스토드 데어. 아칭 힘고. 히즈 하우트 스틸 파운딩 프롬 더 컴프런테이션. 히 워전트 슈어 와이 게리 헤드 컴 백 오어 아트 히즈 퍼퍼스 워즈 인 스터링 더 파트. 버던 싱 워즈 클리어. 조어던 워전트 고잉 투 레트 힘 오어 히즈 톡식 인플루언스 링거 애니 롱거. 인 더 데이즈 데트 팔로드. 조어던 디던트 레트 게리즈 워즈즈 어펙트 힘. 히 헤드 에이 자브 투도. 앤드 히 워즈 디터민드 투도 이트 엘. 더 팀 히 헤드 빌트 워즈 스트롱. 앤드 더 캐페이 워즈 비기닝 투 리게인 이츠 센스 오브 커뮤니티. 더 뉴 애트머스피어 오브 인클루시버티 워즈 페잉 오프. 더 레귤러즈 워 리터닝. 앤드 모어 뉴 커스터머즈 워 커밍 인투 익스피리언스 더 체인지 퍼스트 앤드. 더 캐페이 워즈 스라이빙. not just in sales but in spirit. 조어던즈 릴레이션시프 위드 히즈 스태프 디펀드. He got to know each person on a personal level. Running about their lives, their dreams, and their challenges. In return, they trusted him, confided in him, and worked together to make the cafe a place where everyone felt welcome. It was a team effort, something Jordan had always wanted but had never fully experienced until now. But even as the cafe flourished, the weight of his past still lingered. Jordan found himself reflecting on his journey often. He had faced so many obstacles to get to this point, his transition, the struggle with his identity, the discrimination at his old job, and yet he had pushed through it all. The road hadn't been easy, but it had been worth it. And now, as the new manager of the Oak Cafe, he was building something more than just a business. He was creating a space where people like him, people who had been pushed to the margins, could come and feel accepted. One afternoon, as Jordan was organizing the schedule for the week, he received a call. It was from Kaoru, one of the CEO owners of the restaurant where he had previously worked. She wanted to meet with him about an opportunity. Intrigued, Jordan agreed to meet her at the cafe. When Kaoru arrived, she greeted him with a warm smile, and they sat down at a quiet corner table. I heard about the changes you've made at the Oak Cafe, Jordan, she began. I've been following your progress, and I just wanted to say that I'm really impressed. You've created something really special there. Jordan smiled, feeling a sense of pride at her words. Thank you, Kaoru. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's been worth it. Kaoru leaned forward, her expression serious. I wanted to talk to you about something. We've been looking for someone to help manage the expansion of our restaurant chain. We are opening new locations, and we need someone who can help us set the tone. Someone who can create a culture of inclusivity and respect across all of our locations. And, frankly, you're the first person I thought of. Jordan blinked, surprised. Wait, you want me to help manage the expansion of your restaurants? Kaoru nodded. Yes. You've proven that you can build an environment where people thrive. Where diversity and inclusion are at the heart of everything. We need someone with that mindset to help us grow. Jordan sat back in his chair, his mind racing. This was an incredible opportunity, one that would allow him to make an even greater impact. But it also meant leaving behind the Oak Cafe, the place where he had fought so hard to make a difference. After a few moments of consideration, Jordan made up his mind. I'll do it, he said, his voice steady. This is exactly the kind of opportunity I've been looking for. Kaoru smiled, reaching out to shake his hand. We're thrilled to have you on board. Together, you'll make sure this company stays true to its values. As Jordan shook Kaoru's hand, he realized just how far he had come. From the hostile environment at his old job to becoming part of a company that valued him for who he was. The journey had been long and challenging, but it had ultimately led him to a place where he could thrive, where he could make a difference. And as he walked out of the cafe that day, he knew that his next chapter was just beginning. He had gone from being rejected and discriminated against to becoming a leader who would save the future of an entire company. The journey had not been easy, but it had been worth every step. As Jordan stepped into his new role with the restaurant chain, the weight of his decision settled in. The offer Kaoru had presented him with was more than just a job. It was a chance to take everything he had learned and apply it on a much larger scale. He wasn't just managing one cafe anymore. He was about to influence a network of businesses. He was about to shape the future of multiple locations, ensuring they operated on the values of inclusivity, respect, and diversity he had worked so hard to instill at the Oak Cafe. The transition from being a manager in a single establishment to overseeing the operations of multiple restaurants was overwhelming at first. Jordan found himself meeting with regional managers, conducting interviews with potential new hires, and traveling between locations to ensure each new branch maintained the standards he had set. It was a lot of work, but it was also exciting. The opportunity to influence so many lives, to make a lasting difference, was something Jordan had never imagined when he first walked away from the Oak Cafe. Despite the challenges, Jordan was determined to make this expansion successful. He had learned the importance of building a strong, inclusive team, and he was now in a position to foster that culture on a much larger scale. Each new location he visited felt like a new canvas, and he was eager to create an environment where everyone, regardless of their background, identity, or personal circumstances, could feel valued. But even as Jordan embraced this new chapter, the memory of his time at the Oak Cafe still lingered in his mind. He had faced countless obstacles, not just in terms of his transition but in dealing with the blatant racism that had driven him away. The experience had shaped him, and he would never forget the lessons it had taught him. In AUE, it had been a blessing in disguise if not for the toxic environment at the Oak Cafe. He may never have found the courage to move forward, to fight for what was right, and to create something better. Months went by, and the restaurant chain began to thrive under Jordan's leadership. He implemented training programs for employees, emphasizing the importance of empathy, understanding, and inclusivity. He made sure that every staff member, whether they were new hires or seasoned veterans, felt safe and supported. He knew firsthand the impact of feeling like an outsider, and he made it his mission to ensure no one else felt that way on his watch. One day, as Jordan walked into the conference room to review quarterly results, he noticed a familiar face sitting at the table. It was Melanie, his old colleague from the Oak Cafe. She had contacted him months ago, expressing her gratitude for the guidance he had given her and they worked together, but Jordan hadn't expected her to reach out professionally. Melanie, Jordan said, surprised but pleased. What are you doing here? Melanie smiled warmly. I've been working for the restaurant chain for a while now. After I left the Oak Cafe, I wanted to get back into the industry, but I wanted to work somewhere where I could grow, where my values aligned with the company's mission. When I saw you were involved in the expansion, I knew it was the right place for me. Jordan's eyes widened in realization. I'm glad you reached out. I'm really proud of you for taking the step to find a place that truly values you. Melanie's expression softened. You're the reason I left. You taught me that no job is worth staying in if the values aren't aligned with who you are. And now, I'm part of something that's about more than just making a profit. It's about making a difference. 조어던 felt a deep sense of pride and contentment. He had always believed in leading by example. And now, it seemed that Melanie was following in his footsteps. She had found her place, just as he had found his. The two of them, once co-workers at a toxic workplace, were now united by a shared vision, a vision of respect, inclusion, and kindness. Over time, Jordan and Melanie became not just colleagues but friends. They supported each other in their professional journeys, brainstorming ways to continue fostering an inclusive environment in every restaurant they managed. They often collaborated on projects, developing new training materials and creating events that brought employees together. Their passion for their work was contagious, and it wasn't long before other employees began to feel the ripple effect of the positive changes they had set in motion. But as much as Jordan thrived in his new role, there were moments when the ghosts of his past would resurface. The memories of Gary's racism, the fear of discrimination, and the struggle to accept himself as a transgender man still lingered. However, each day, with each new success, Jordan grew stronger. He had faced his fears, stood up for himself, and had found a place where he was not only accepted but celebrated. It was during one of these moments of reflection that Jordan received an unexpected message. It was from the owner of the Oak Cafe. The message simply read, Jordan, I want to apologize. I've thought a lot about what happened, and I know I failed you as a manager. I've let Gary's behavior tarnish the company, and I'm sorry for how we treated you. We're trying to rebuild the cafe, and we'd like to offer you a chance to return as our manager. Jordan stared at the message for a long time, his mind racing. The offer was tempting. The Oak Cafe had always been a place he had loved, even before Gary's arrival. But now, he was in a position where he didn't need to prove anything to anyone. He had found a new home, a new career path that was aligned with his values. Jordan replied after a moment of thought, I appreciate your apology, but I've moved on. I've found a place where I can truly make a difference. I wish you the best of luck, but my path is elsewhere. The response was final, and for Jordan, it was empowering. The cafe had tried to bring him back, but Jordan had learned something important along the way. He didn't need to go back to the place that had rejected him. He had built something greater for himself, and he had no intention of looking back. As the months passed, Jordan continued to lead the restaurant chain to new heights. The company expanded rapidly, and Jordan's approach to leadership based on respect, inclusivity, and transparency became the model for all locations. He often reflected on the journey he had taken to get to this point, and he couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of pride. He had gone from being kicked out of a job by a racist boss to becoming the leader of a thriving business that not only accepted him for who he was but valued his contributions. And he knew, deep down, that this was only the beginning. Jordan had built something that would last. He had changed the lives of his employees, created an environment where everyone was welcomed, and helped turn a company into a symbol of what was possible when people worked together with kindness and respect. And in doing so, he had found his place, his purpose. As Jordan continued to excel in his new role, his impact on the restaurant chain became undeniable. The culture of inclusivity and respect he had fostered was evident in every aspect of the business. Employees felt valued and supported. Customers returned, and the brand began to thrive. A year passed, and the restaurant chain had expanded to several new locations. Jordan's leadership had become a model for the entire industry, and his reputation for fairness and compassion grew. He had become the change he once wished to see, proving that even the most difficult obstacles could be overcome with perseverance, integrity, and a commitment to doing what's right. One day, as Jordan walked through the doors of one of the newly opened locations, he couldn't help but smile. This was his moment. He had turned his pain into purpose, his struggle into strength, and had built a legacy that would last long after he had moved on. Gary's name was long forgotten, and the Oak Cafe, once a place of discrimination, was now just a distant memory. Jordan had moved on, not just from the past, but into a future he had created on his own terms. A future where he was respected, loved, and valued for exactly who he was. And in that moment, standing in the middle of his thriving business, Jordan knew that he had found his true home.